What's up, everybody? Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl the Bitcoin.
Before we dive in, of course, a couple quick things. Number one, check out my website, btcsessions.ca. This is where you can reach out to me personally for your own BTC session. We can chat Bitcoin, wallets, proper security, whatever you like. All you need to do is scroll down to the very bottom. There's a contact form for you there. Secondly, big shout out to the sponsor of the show, Ledn.io. This is where you can use your Bitcoin as collateral to secure a Canadian dollar or US dollar loan in select international markets. Really simple. Just head over to the website. There's a slider there so you can designate a dollar amount and figure out how much of a Bitcoin deposit would be required. Takes about 2 minutes to fill out the application, and if you're successful, your bank account is typically funded within 24 hours. I've tried it out myself. It works like a charm. And right now they've got a deal where if you click the link that I've provided below and you apply and are successful in obtaining a loan, they'll credit your account with an additional $50 worth of Bitcoin. So with that, let's move on to the news. And a lot of positive stuff today. I found this article on Bitcoinist, and they're talking about a demographic megatrend. 20% of all young US adults now own Bitcoin. So essentially, there's a whole bunch of different metrics here, but more or less recognition, understanding, and favorable, approval and people that look favorably upon Bitcoin, that's all on the rise. So this is despite the bear market. So it's up from September, from the fall of the bull market in 2017. So that's what's interesting about this. It's not that it's up overall. It's more so that in the face of an extended bear market, you're still seeing these positive indicators. So essentially, they're saying that a lot of this could be a demographic issue, that younger people are growing up and they've grown up with technology their entire lives. And so this doesn't seem like a scary thing to them. It's more of just a no-brainer. And as they grow older and become more financially stable and start to consider investing and using alternative methods to banks, then this should become commonplace. So again, here a couple quotes. Despite the bear market, the data shows that Bitcoin awareness, familiarity, perception, conviction, propensity to purchase, and ownership all increased and improved significantly. So here you can see spring 2019, so just recently in comparison to fall 2017. This is number of people that have heard of Bitcoin, or the percentage of awareness. Now overall, currently it's around 89% of adults in the US. Back in fall of 2017 it was around 77%. So getting pretty high, almost everybody. And then here it's broken down by demographic. Now one thing that makes me question this is take a look at the 2017 demographics here, particularly the young people, 18 to 34, versus the older people, retirement age and above, 65. So they were saying that in fall of 2017, only 74% of people 18 to 34 had heard of Bitcoin. But somehow at the same time, people 65 and over, 81% of them had heard of Bitcoin in 2017, fall of 2017. I do find that highly unlikely. So I wonder if maybe there's a little bit of you don't want to seem stupid, so you just say yes in this category. But regardless, let's kind of move on from there. So you have Eric Voorhees tweeting out here in relation to this article, 20% of U.S. adults aged 18 to 35 own Bitcoin. You also have Kyle Torpy from Forbes and writer for Bitcoin Magazine. He says, survey finds 27% of those aged 18 to 34 prefer Bitcoin over stocks. So this is a number that's on the rise as well. What was it at before? I remember reading this. Anyways, nearly 30% of younger people are preferring Bitcoin over stocks, which is very telling of that mistrust of the incumbents, of the banks, of the current financial infrastructure. These kids grew up having seen the fallout of the Great Recession, and they're not entirely trusting of what's currently set up, and they're looking for alternatives. So very interesting to see this continue. I'm sure these numbers, when we're looking at them in another couple of years, will probably continue to increase. Anyways, let's move on. Another interesting article here. So U.S. income taxpayers can now get their refunds in Bitcoin. And now, not directly from the U.S. government, of course, but BitPay has partnered with a company by the name of Refundo, and essentially they're allowing Refundo's website says that the service costs $34.95 regardless of the refund amount, while BitPay normally charges 1% for its payout service. So essentially, if you want to get your refund back in Bitcoin, you can do this. Now, important to note that you will need to do the KYC, AML, all of that kind of stuff. So while this is cool, I would be more inclined to just get my refund back and then buy Bitcoin. So yeah, food for thought. Cool, but not. I don't know how to think about this. I guess any onboarding is great, but there may be better ways to do it. Let's move on. Now, this is from GBTC, or there's a Barry Silbert and Grayscale Investment. They launched a new ad today, and it's pretty good. It's pretty solid, and they're doing this campaign called Drop Gold. So you can see the ad on dropgold.com, but essentially it's a bunch of people that are stuck in, and I'll try and mute it here so it doesn't overplay, but a bunch of people that are holding on to their bags of gold, and it's just kind of outlining how in this future of technological revolution that people are still holding on to a shiny rock instead of moving into the digital age, and we now have digital gold available. So very interesting and kind of funny ad. Hats off to them for doing this. It's getting a ton of traction. Some people, some gold advocates are mad about this, but that's exactly what you want to do with a good marketing campaign, is get that attention. The people that are really mad at Grayscale for putting this out are only giving them further attention by shaking their fists and yelling at the sky. So yeah, kudos to Grayscale for this one. Check it out. Anyways, one final thing here, and that's that we finished April up 28% in Bitcoin, because we had that really big spike early on when we were in the low 4,000s up to above 5,000, and we haven't dipped below that. In fact, we're around 5,300 right now, despite the crazy Bitfinex and Tether news that has been going on lately. If you want to learn about that, I'll link that here, but or check out yesterday's video. Anyways, yeah, this is the biggest monthly gain in a year. So quite the month. I mean, people are saying that we could be peaking at 6,000 again. I'm not expecting anything too big. Maybe not till much later in the year, but I would be more than happy to be wrong about that. So either way, all in all, today some happy, positive news in general across the board. I don't really have anything bad to focus on unless I were to dive into some shitcoin news, so I'm not going to do that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to help out the show, hit up my website. You can check out the sponsors, ledn.io, link for that down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, smash that like button, hit the bell notification icon. I am always in the chat when this airs for the first time, so make sure you get the notification and pop in for the chat next time. And if you really enjoyed what you saw here today, you can always, that's not even the right one. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so you can always drop me a Lightning Network tip via my tipin.me page. I want to give a big shout out to you guys that have been dropping tips here, because you don't have to do that. And even tiny ones with a little message, it's always fun to read. So thank you very much for everybody that's been doing that. Much appreciated. But with that, that is it for me. I will see you guys tomorrow for your daily session.